Torino FC. First formed in 1906 as Football-Club Torino, this club over the next 115 years would go on to be one of the most successful clubs in Italy. They have won the Scudetto 7 times, finishing second another 7 times over the years, as well as 5 Coppa Italia wins, the most recent coming in 1993. But you might be asking who Torino really are, seeing as you probably haven't seen them do anything notable in the past few years. Because if you look beneath the surface, you'll uncover a story of success, but also awful tragedies. The club was born on the 3rd of December 1906 by 2 clubs merging and a Swiss financier with a godly moustache. They played their first match 100 years and 1 day before I was born against Pro Vercelli, where our men came out on top 3-1. The club experienced their first success under the ownership of Count Enrico Marone Cinzano, who built the stadium which would host pretty much all of their successful campaigns, the Stadio Philadelphia. They won their first Scudetto in the 1927-28 season with their front 3 consisting of Giulio Libonati, Adolfo Volontieri and Gino Rossetti, scoring a combined 89 goals. And that was just the trio of wonders. Following their first success, Cinzano dipped, as did their progress, and they became a mid-table club until 1935-36, where the club underwent a revival where they finished 3rd in the league and came off champions in the Coppa Italia. In the 1939-40 season, they finished in 5th and saw the arrival of club president Ferruccio Novo, who built the team that made Torino. In the club's greatest ever period, with the team known as the Grande Torino, Il Toro would win 5 consecutive Scudettos as well as a 1942-43 Coppa Italia win, thus becoming the first Italian team to ever do the double in that season. They even had 10 players in the Italian national team due to just how good they were. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, and this utter domination of the Italian football game would come to an abrupt and tragic end. On the 4th of May 1949, while the team was returning from a friendly against Benfica, an airliner carrying the players, staff and club officials of Torino crashed into the back of the Basilica of Superga, and unfortunately, all 31 people on board perished. In the years following the tragedy, the club slowly declined and fell to their first relegation to Serie B as the club struggled to rebuild. As the 1960s came around, it seemed the club was starting to get back on track as they finished 3rd in the 1964-65 season. Gigi Moroni had been signed from Genoa in this season, and in the small amount of 3 years, he became a club icon until his career was tragically cut short in 1967. He was hit by a car as he crossed the road, thus ending his career at the age of just 24. He was remembered for his impact on the team's steady rebuild, being nicknamed the Maroon Butterfly due to his elegant dribbling ability and skill, and was compared to George Best due to their similar playing styles, and probably their hair as well. Despite Moroni's tragic death, Torino finished that season in 7th, whilst adding another Coppa Italia to their growing collection. They went on to win another Coppa Italia title 4 years later, as it seemed Torino was starting to slowly get back to the top. In the early 70s, Torino finished in the top 6 in every season, leading up to their 7th and final Scudetto win as of recording in the 1975-76 season. The next season they finished runners-up to Juventus, finishing 1 point behind the old lady, as it looked as if the club was on the up. In 1978, Torino finished 2nd again, but as the 70s closed and the 80s began, Torino began to decline again, and by the end of the decade, they had been relegated to Serie B for just the 2nd time in the club's history. But the next season, they were back in Serie A, and in that comeback season, they qualified for the UEFA Cup, now known as the Europa League. In this European campaign, they knocked Real Madrid out in the semi-finals before they lost the final to Ajax on away goals because the final was played over 2 legs. What? In the 1992-93 season, Torino won their 5th Coppa Italia and their last major honour to this day. However, the club subsequently went through a period of severe economic difficulties. The club changed presidents and managers several times, and as the results continued to worsen, Torino were relegated for a 3rd time to Serie B in 1995-96. Torino returned again in 1998-99, but was swiftly relegated again, where they then got promoted straight back to Serie A, but in the next season they had their worst ever Serie A performance as they got relegated in last place. They were promoted back in 2004-05, however, they were denied entry back to the top division due to heavy debts, and Torino announced bankruptcy in August 2005. A new club was formed by a group of businessmen and they were granted entry to Serie B as a new club, but with the titles and history of Torino Calcio being preserved as they became Torino Football Club, the one you know today. A new era in the club had just begun and it started off well for Il Toro as they achieved promotion in the playoffs and survived in Serie A until the 2009-10 season where they were relegated. In the 11-12 season they were back in Serie A, and after surviving the season they followed it up with a Europa League finish in the league as they came home 7th in the 2013-14 season. In the Europa League campaign of 14-15 they got out of their group and were into the round of 16 where they were quickly booted out of the competition by Zenit St. Petersburg. The stars of the year were Alessio Cerci and a young Ciro Immobile on loan from Sevilla. He was the top scorer in the Serie A in that season, but this was probably the highlight of the decade for Torino. One small silver lining of the next season, however, was the arrival of Andrea Bellotti, who at the moment is 7th in Torino's all-time top scorers with 107 goals in just 7 seasons. Just look at these stats. He's probably the reason Torino haven't been relegated to Serie B in the 2010s. They finished 15-16 in 12th, followed by a 9th place finish and then another 9th place finish in the next season. In 18-19 they finished in 7th, missing out on Europe by just 5 points. However, the next season they would finish 16th, 5 points off relegation, and then follow that up with an even worse 2021 as they finished in 17th place. Despite the fact that they are still in Serie A, the club is not in a good place, so it is our job to save them, get them out of their rut and win their first Scudetto in over 45 years. I hope you enjoy, subscribe if you're looking forward to it, and if you want to see more career mode videos, leave some suggestions down below for potential signings and future rebuild ideas, and let's get into this career mode. So we're here. This squad, there's a lot of work we need to do with this squad. It doesn't look great. We have some decent players, but to be honest, it's really not great. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And one thing that's worrying me is this keeper, Milinkovic-Savic. He's 6'8", and he's only 24, but I think we can do better. We can do nothing to do better. So this is what the team is gonna look like. So obviously we need to get a new keeper. We could maybe get a new centre mid because, I mean, Pratt is only on loan. He'll be going back to Leicester at the end of the year. And instead of Brecalo, because those stats are pretty average. We haven't been blessed with money, 23.4 mil, but I have an idea. And that idea is to go and get Eddie Nketiah from Arsenal for just 6 mil. That's a really, really good value transfer. And here is our main signing, Daichi Kamada from Frankfurt for nearly 30 mil. Scraped up a lot of money to get him, and he's going to be very good in that cam spot. Oh yeah, and also we have the youth academy graduate, the homegrown talent. Obviously, if you've seen the other ones I've done, the other career modes I've done, you'll know that normally you get a really good striker and they're insane and they help you loads. I want to change it this time. This guy's a striker. I mean, I was going to make him a left back or a right back anyway, but he's got good defending and he's not good as a striker. I don't know why he's a striker. He's only 16, he has room to grow, and Ansaldi, who is our left back, he's going to be retiring at the end of the season, so he can replace him there. So this is our team going into the first game. Couldn't get a keeper, but to be honest, Milinkovic-Savic isn't that bad, and we're now strong in all areas. Eddie Nketiah is probably going to be a pretty good. This front three is probably going to be quite good. Let's play about 6 games in a season, and I'll show the highlights as we go along. Let's get into the game. So here we are, the start of the Torino rebuild. These guys used to be at the top of Italy, but we need to take them back. The players are ready, our new signings are prepped and ready to go. And let's get started. A good ball over the top to Belotti. Who else would it be than Belotti, who gets through, and with that 88 finishing, he can finish it off easy. Much more to come of that over this and every other season. 26 minutes in, they're near our box. Zima can't clear his lines very well with a bad pass, and unfortunately Milinkovic-Savic cannot save that shot from Salernitana. But he's through again. Belotti, he's through for his second, right into the top corner. Keeper had zero chance. Zimi has a good shot into the top corner, and it's level going into half time. And Ketia, our new signing, gets away from his man, and considering he's just moved to Italy, he's performing very well as he gets another one in this game, and that is 4-2. 4-3, and Bremer gets a very lucky shot off from an unlucky Belotti missed header. And on transfer deadline day, we gathered enough funds to sign a keeper, and we've gone and got Bartolomew Dragowski. Big old Bartholomew will help us a lot in our season. We need more clean sheets, and we're playing against Inter, big challenge. But Belotti, it's not a challenge for him. 8 minutes in, good finish in the top corner. Bit of a jammy one there, but to be honest, it's about as jammy as our goal. Belotti was through again, and he finishes it off. We're winning 2-1 at the moment with 30 minutes left to play, and unlucky they square it into the middle, but a 2-2 draw is still very, very good. On to the next game against Sassuolo, a game we should be winning. Lukic plays a ball into Pratt, who has a pretty wayward shot, but it's actually a calculated pass gone straight to Ansaldi, who gives it to Nketiah with a beautiful first touch and a tremendous finish. This kid has been here for a few months. Less than a few months. He's been here for like 1 month and he's producing that. That's exactly what Nketiah is. Unfortunately, we concede another one, annoyingly. And that is basically Brecolo's entire season. I'll put him in the opening montage sort of thing. But he really has not been that great when he's been playing. And Sassuolo get a second pretty jammy one off a pretty jammy header. But Belotti holds off his man and gets away from him, finishes it off well. And then in the 80 minutes, 10 minutes left to play, who else would it be? Belotti to ride to the big occasion, finish it into the bottom corner. 3-2, we came off winners in that game. Now, be warned, you're going to watch some absolute awful FIFA. This is FIFA at its best. It might not look good from the surface though, because we actually scored the opener, and Saudi, great finish into the top corner. That is as top corner as you can get, but this is where it starts. Felipe Anderson doing some skills down the byline. He gets away from me, done well there, but you probably can't see it very well, but we get a replay here. Look at that. What? How the hell? I don't even know. I'm just gonna let you watch it. I'm just gonna let you watch this. Dodgy header, dodgy save. It doesn't matter. That was a bit of a weird one. Okay, I'll let you watch it now. Yep. Do you like what you see? Do you like what you see? This is FIFA. This is FIFA. This is FIFA. Career mode scripted. FIFA's broken. Oh look, there's another one. There's another goal. The game gave them another goal, and that was just before half time as well. Here we go. Here's another one. Very dodgy goal here. Tackle him. I keep the ball, and then I've lost the ball. Yep. That might just be one of the worst games I've ever played of FIFA. I scored here, but I knew that there was absolutely no chance that I would be winning that game or even getting close, because if you see the rest of it, don't tell me FIFA isn't broken. So as the season was progressing, I thought we needed to sign a backup centre mid just in case one of our main ones got injured. So we went for Morgan Sanson from Aston Villa for 10.5 million. A very nice transfer. We're into the very late stages of the season. We're against Venezia at home. This is big. We're doing very well at the moment. Nketiah, nice pass and go. Gets into the box and he finishes it off well. That's what he does. He's only 76 rated, but he is very, very good. Kamada, he's 81 rated. He's also very, very good. Very nice 2 goals there. Unlucky with that one. and that is 2-1. But it's Venezia. We can beat Venezia. And Nketiah, he gets away. He wants a hat-trick. He's on 2 now. And he's still got half an hour to play. And here was his 3rd. What a finish that is. And a first Serie A hat-trick for Eddie Nketiah. And then he wanted another one. What a strike from Eddie Nketiah. It's almost like Italy was made for him. And he's not just got 3, he's got 4. And the 4th is an absolute thundercracker.
I don't think the season could have got any better. We are 2nd, 3 points clear of 3rd, and we have guaranteed Champions League football. So I think I'm going to sim this because really I don't need to play this game. And honestly, I don't know how this team has gotten 2nd. We have 2 players that are over 80 rated. My bad. We have 4 players over 80 rated. But still, this team, I don't know how it's gotten 2nd. But fair play. Nketiah is our top goal scorer. 19 goals, 3 assists. Very good debut season. They've gotten 35 goals as a duo. That is a very good front 2. Kamada, 11 goals and 9 assists. But you look one below him and you see Morgan Sanson. 7 goals, 5 assists in just 16 games. Okay, I bought him because I needed another centre mid if Pratt or Lukic got injured. And he's just outperformed any expectations I had of him. His potential is 77. He's already gone over that. And he's in excellent form. He scored 7. He's got 12 goal involvements in 16 games. And that's as a centre mid. Honestly, what a signing. I'm a genius. Also, Bremer has got 5 goals, which is pretty insane. He is a centre-back. And honestly, this has been an insane team. I can't wait to go into the next season because, yeah, it's been really fun. So the aims, probably, obviously, I need to get our new left-back because Ansaldi is retiring. And this bench is shocking. So we need to get some more bench players in. Definitely get some more midfielders in because Pratt is going back to Leicester. And to be honest, the starting 11 is really solid, so I don't think we need to really strengthen any areas. If you have enjoyed this video, please do subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed the intro at the beginning, tell me, let me know down below because I want to try and make more videos like that because that was enjoyable making that. Anyway, that's been all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you again very soon, maybe for another Torino video or for one of my other many series on FIFA 22 career mode. Alright, thank you very much for watching and goodbye.